The windmill, an invention that changed the course of history, has been around longer than you might think. On this episode, we dive into the origins and the evolution of the windmill. This invention was created to convert wind energy into rotational energy. It was first used by the Persians in 500 to 900 AD as a means to dry clothes. This invention spread across the Middle East and Central Asia around 1200 AD. Eventually, this technology found its way to Europe during the 14th century. The Dutch adapted the original invention of the windmill to be able to pump water from flooded fields. Daniel Holliday invented the first wind-powered turbine we know today within his machine shop in the US in 1854. It was a highly successful invention as it allowed water to easily be pumped into farm fields. This invention was instrumental with the construction of the railroad. During that time, over 1,000 factories opened up producing water-pumping windmills. In fact, one company sold more than 100,000 in a single year. Over the course of 120 years, between 1850 and 1970, 6 million mechanical windmills were installed in the United States. The first iteration of these windmills were constructed with 4 blades and a weather vane jutting out the back, sometimes referred to as a tail. This tail was used to turn the windmill into the wind. Later, windmills were constructed from steel that had safety devices that controlled how fast they could spin, protecting them from damage. Another iteration of this invention was done by Charles Brush in 1888. Charles created the first windmill to generate electricity. Around the 1900s, wind-powered generators were used to power ships. You'd have a hard time finding one of those today. While the invention of the iconic windmill as we know today was revolutionary, it wasn't the first type of windmill ever invented. In the northeast part of Iran, the Nastafan windmill was created over 1,000 years ago. A constant source of wind blowing over the sandy hilltops provided the necessary natural power the people of those times needed to crush grains that would be used to make their staple foods. These windmills are vertical towers constructed from clay, straw, and wood, with a wood beam running down under the ground where the grains would be milled. Today, there's only one man left who looks after the area. This custodian of the Nastafan windmills has no apprentice or children to take on the role. It's remarkable, after 1,000 years, these windmills still stand today and are completely functional. Can you name another ancient technology that is still functional today? Let us know in the comments down below.